Hey, it's Sid with SVTPerformance.com, and I'm here at Mustang Week 2022, and I'm going to just take you guys around, show you some of the stuff that catches my eye. I mean, you can see cars for days out through here, but I like to see just like oddball stuff or just things that are out of the ordinary. You know, you see S550s so much and things like that, newer Mustangs, they all sort of run together. I just like to look for odd things, and sometimes it's just like a really clean classic, or I like the Survivor Foxes, things like that. But I think you guys are going to like this one that I've got. I'll find a few more for you, tag onto this video. See that big Whipple right there? But it's not a Whipple. What is it? It's a Vortech-Mach. Wait, it says Vortech there on the elbow. So what is it? Some Terminator, very nice Terminator by the way. Lashon. So there's an interesting story behind this. Lashon used to make the blower or the rotors for Whipple. This was before Whipple started machining their own rotors, and at some point there had a little bit of a falling out. Lashon decided they still wanted to make superchargers, so they reached out and made a deal with Vortech. So this thing is super rare to the point that I've never seen one in person. I knew about these. They did not sell a ton of them, but this is basically a Vortech-Whipple. It's just one of Whipple's big blowers they were selling at the time, rebranded as a Vortech. So, like I was saying, you know, this was a Lashon made blower, and after that divorce, they still wanted to sell some in the U.S. market, so reached out to Vortech, sold a few of these. I would love to be on the other end of the call listening to somebody having a tech question on Vortech's tech line, trying to answer, yeah, my rotor pack is a little screwed up. What? Rotors? No, they sell centrifugal blowers. Why? It says Vortech right on it. That would be hilarious. Check out this like custom spacer. That's neat how it changes the angle. They're using the big oval throttle body. Had to come up with a system to work the IAC. So a lot of custom work went into this thing. It's a nice setup, but definitely not something you see every day. But I'll keep walking around here, see if I can find a few more things that sort of tickle my fancy. Just the odd, you know, oddball weird stuff, or just things I'm interested in. Like plenty of just basic Coyote cars, but that's different. Nice paint job as far as quality of it. I mean, it's the color of a prosthetic leg, but it's done really, really well. And those of you guys that's been with SVTP for a long time will know this is very similar to the terrain color on the Gen 1 Raptors. And I used to give Jamal Hamidi, the chief engineer of SVT, I used to give him hell over that color. I said, why don't you make a truck the color of a prosthetic limb? And he didn't think that was funny, but I thought it was hilarious. But good paint work on that car. Classic setup with the trick flow manifold on a push rod and a Fox body. Convertible. Good looking car. Like the MSD box tucked in over there. BBK MAF. Don't see tons of those around. So, a lot of neat parts on that one. Speaking of things you don't see that often, and the owner's over here showing it a little bit of love. Got a true blue Bullet with a Vortech on it. Very, very pretty car. Look, check out the engine bay. Been smoothed over, tucked, and all that good stuff. Beautiful car.
Thank you.
Terminator front end. Well, this was just bound to catch my eye. T-top Fox, love those. But check out this intake manifold. Or the Holley System Axis. This thing is actually a really, really good intake, but you don't see tons of them. I don't know why. People didn't like the look of it. It wasn't well marketed. I'm not sure what it was, but I don't think Holley sold a ton of them, but they work really well, and I like the way they look. So, really nice car. Got a couple Terminators here. 04 in my favorite color, work truck white. Whipple under the hood. Very clean under the hood. I like the coil covers too, the way they're painted up. Looks very nice. And we got a convertible, dark shadow gray over here. Also with the Whipple, but this one has the Gen 5 blower on it. Really good looking setup on this. I do like the blue valve covers, and that they match the pulley bridge to match the valve colors. So you don't often see that, but that is a nice touch. Really brings it together. Oh look, they did the manifold down here too. So This guy must have had real good friends with the powder coaters to get all this stuff done. I mean, it looks really good. Two very nice cars. It's for a lot of you guys wondering what the little squares here are for. So South Carolina, I think it's SLED, the State Law Enforcement Division. I don't know if it's them for sure, but it's a police thing. I don't know, a group of police. They actually rent this parking lot a certain time of the year, put cones up, and they do like motorcycle safety training for police officers here, and it's an awesome event to come out and watch. So that's why those squares are back there, so they know where to put the cones every year. Got a red fire Terminator with a Whipple. I'm partial to red fire because I actually almost bought one of these when they were brand new on the lot. Ended up with my 04 Lightning instead, but I always like this color. Got a pair of Foxes here, and what I like about these is you can tell that these cars have been used and enjoyed. I like the Edelbrock intake. You don't see this particular intake all that often on this one. And then over here, you can see basic bolt-ons, MSD distributor, Explorer intake manifold. Wonder what it has for heads on it. Can't really tell. It does have some aftermarket valve covers and everything on it, but you can just tell that this car has been used and enjoyed, and I like seeing that. Then right beside it, got a 4-eyed Fox with the carb still on it, factory HO air cleaner. Just, I like seeing stuff like that. And I mean, this keeps making better going down the road. You got a Trinity GT500, JLT oil separator, JLT carbon fiber intake. Good luck finding one of those now. And of course the TVS blower on top. So this is one of those things, this is not exactly my style of car, but you have to appreciate the craftsmanship that went into this thing. Especially check out the smooth inner fender liners, painted the brake booster. I mean, it's super, super clean, like really good work. Even down to the fasteners on the fenders, the hood. Whoever built this car really went the extra mile. The paint is super, super slick. I mean, might not be my exact choice on wheels and graphics and things like that, but even went so far as wrapping the dash in carbon fiber vinyl, you know, carbon dipped, hydro dipped the bezels on the gauge cluster, and look at the gauges, beautiful as well. I mean, whoever did this car knew what they were doing. And of course they built it the way they wanted to do it, but they built it very, very nicely. I mean, even down to these covers over all of this kind of stuff, that's all custom, handmade, great stuff. Really, really nice quality work. And check out that distributor hiding in there. Well, it's actually just a pickup. Then look where the coils are hiding, right down here. So that's your cam position sensor basically, and then you got your coils down here, or I'm not sure who's doing the ignition system on this thing. I'm guessing it looks like it's MSD boots, but you know, who knows what engine management system he's running. But good work, guy. Thumbs up on that one. Speaking of things you don't see all that often, we come to the Kenny Bell 2-valve hour. Do not see a ton of these on the road anymore. This guy's got one of the new OSC oil separators, but you know, Kenny Bell 2-valve. And then look over here, we got another one. Do not see tons and tons of those out on the road. It just must be a Kenny Bell kind of day, because now we've got a 10th anniversary Terminator with a Kenny Bell on it. So I looked up here and I got a whole row that I can actually talk about, so that's gonna be nice. Somebody's using the Mach-E frunk, what it's meant for, as a cooler, so that's nice. Then we got a beautiful competition orange Terminator. Still has the factory blower on it with a billet flow pulley set up, which I like seeing that. Billet flow used to be a big supporter on SVTP, and you can still get some of their stuff through Lethal Performance. I got a bunch of their stuff on my Lightning. Then I don't know if it's real Saline, fake Saline, if it makes a difference, I don't know, don't care really. But it is a 2-valve, and I'm guessing that's a Saline blower. I mean, this one stumps me, so if you guys know what this is, you know, post it down in the comment section or head over to SVT Performance and tell me I'm a dumbass for not knowing. But I'm not sure what blower that is. I'm guessing it's a Saline blower. And then we got a screaming yellow Mach 1 with a Terminator bumper on it. I like that. Very nice, very clean under the hood. Somebody actually really takes care of that. And then we've got the much less popular yellow on Terminator, but it is packing a Gen 5 Whipple. Huge intake there, you see on the side. Real nice setup on that. Then we got another Mach 1, competition orange. I just always liked these cars. These were just a cool bridge between the 01 Cobras and the Terminators, so I always liked the Mach 1. Speaking of Terminators, we got another one. Again, my favorite color, work truck white, parchment seats, very nice interior. Rear seat delete with the SVT on the back. I'm not a huge fan of these billet covers for the cruise control buttons, because in certain conditions that the airbag there, that can sort of turn into a Claymore mine shooting pieces of billet aluminum at your face. So not a huge fan of those. But we've got an old school Kenny Bell under the hood with the carbon fiber dip valve covers. Nice, clean, and again, this is another one that's been smoothed and wire tucked and all that kind of stuff. So it looks very nice.
It's got a small one on the side.
Then got lots of camber on a 2-valve Fox. See, this is the sling blower I'm used to seeing, which I know is like a M90 Eaton, you know, small old school Eaton. That's the sling blower I'm used to seeing on a 2-valve, not the one that was over there. But you know, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. Just let me know. Another rare intake manifold on a push rod. You got the Celine Vortech manifold. I always liked how this thing had a bunch of bosses on the side of it. So if you wanted to put a bunch of nitrous or whatever you needed, you got spots to it. So do it. So I always thought that was pretty cool. And this guy has a fuel pressure gauge under the hood, so let you know he's serious. Anybody remember drive-ins? Now we got something after my heart, silver Gen 2 Lightning. And this one's got some interesting stuff on it. C&L intake up here, the upper plenum, but that is an older blower that has Eaton on it instead of saying SVT. So I'm wondering if that's possibly ported. Could be. Yeah, it does have a green belt on it. It is missing a hood that does have the EGR intact. But, so you would expect this to be a 99 model, but has the wrong mirrors. And I don't think silver was available in 99. I could be wrong. Got that custom gator skin on the center console. Got the XP, sort of narrower XP console. Oh, this is rare. The surfboard gauge pod. I actually have one of these things in a box somewhere, but oh, and he has the lunar gauges. So these things are worth their weight in gold now, because they don't make them anymore. But Autometer lunar gauges, they match the SVT cluster on these things. They're electroluminescent, light up, and you have to put a resistor in them. Like, this is old school stuff. Like, we actually had to do work on our cars. It wasn't just all bolt-ons back in the day. You had to wire in a resistor to dim these things a little bit to actually match the factory cluster. But they were pretty hot back in the day. And if you can find them on the used market and you have a Terminator or a Lightning, they're good to pick up. Also like the chrome 03 wheels. I got a set of those. These are the SVE versions. I have the actual Ford Racing versions. I bought new back in 04 when my truck was new. So let's go to school, kids. Everybody used to bitch about these early 70s Mustangs, that they were huge. But then you look at an S550 over here, and it's actually bigger than this. So I don't know about you, maybe what's old's new again, who knows, but I do like this one. 351 Cleveland with a 4-barrel, factory air. This thing is not bad. 73 model. These are people from Pawleys Island, so they're close. Automatic. I like the clock down here by the shifter. This thing is a sweetheart. I mean, this looks, there's a few mods. Like, I don't think those speakers are factory. I'm not sure that these seats are original, but this is a pretty clean example of one of these cars. So that's cool to see that. And you can tell this has been repainted and things, but new stickers and whatnot. It's just cool seeing a setup like this. Very nice. Even got, that looks like factory overspray down here on the bumper, but good looking car. And then, like I said, they used to be huge, and now, you know, S550 territory. These cars are a little bit bigger than people realize. So here's another one where you may not like the color, but you have to appreciate the attention to detail. This is obviously a few-year-old paint job. You can tell that somebody actually drives it because it does have some rock chips and everything. But the person who did this, I won't say guy who did it because this is not typically a guy's color choice, but they actually pulled the motor and painted the engine bay and everything, so they went a little step above just a regular respray, so kudos to them. There's just nothing quite like the Horthouse red interior of a Fox body, unless we can find an SN95 with this interior, because that's even more rare. Oh, I love it. All right, kids, it's time to go to school, and I hope you can hear me over this terrible music they're playing. So I got a 302 here, so obviously a Windsor-based engine, but check out the cylinder heads on it, and then I'm going to take you over here and show you something else. See how it's all just more a little sculpted out and everything? Now I'm going to show you a man's engine. Here's a Cleveland, and just check out the cylinder heads on this thing. There is just more iron everywhere on these Cleveland engines. Of course, this one's 4-barrel, but yeah, that's nice. Power steering that I'm sure whines like a Banshee, but this is a sweet, sweet car. So I spoke about the Holley System X intake being kind of rare. There's another one. Check out that, I don't know if that's paint, wrap, what this is on this thing. Hydro dip, I don't know, but a little bit of work went into that. I like the clear tube for the coolant, and the turbo is not bad either. And there's another one. Nice, very nice Fox body. VMP blower on a Coyote. Big Kenny Bell on a GT500. Ooh, pretty. Trinity car. Sometimes you have to ask why. 4-liter V6, single overhead cam V6 with a blower on it. Yep, inner Roush car, 05. I don't know, trying to cheat the insurance company, but that would have been nice in a Ranger, but Mustang, I don't know. You guys want to see the future where everything is going? Right there. Looks like a carburetor, works like fuel injection. 4i Survivor, this thing just makes me happy. Look at this, Edelbrock carb, simple. Go down the road and enjoy your Mustang. I like this. So you want to talk about custom paint? This is not custom paint. It looks like it, but this was like a 1-year only, like 94 color. It's sort of a Barbie pink. I'm not sure what you call it with metallic. It's called Iris. And they only made these for 1 year, and to find one that's in any kind of shape is amazing because the clear coat just burns off these cars. So this one's obviously been garage kept or resprayed at some point. And since they have a whole book here with it, I wouldn't doubt that it's been resprayed. That is actually a factory Ford color, and makes me really happy to see one because these are rare. This is the definition of my car is too good for your pavement.
More like sky.
Black car, black stripes, black wheels. This guy obviously likes to be incognito until he pops his hood and then he's all showy. You want to know what the best front end on a Fox body is? Right there. I wonder if there's a part missing a bench anywhere. Very nice early GT500. With a VMP blower. These things make very nice power. Speaking of VMP, we got another one over here on a Coyote. Always like the looks of these superchargers. That's just the classic supercharger look to me. Very nice. And a Whipple. So I love it when somebody does a mod and you can say, man, it should have came from the factory like that. Look at the Terminator style hood on this 93 Cobra with the oversized turbine wheels from Makers. This is 10 out of 10. Really, really nice. And probably my favorite color on these things, the teal. Even has Terminator seats inside. This is a nice car. Whoever did this one did very, very well. I'll make an attempt on this one. Hopefully you guys can hear my voice over this horrible music choice. Beautiful, beautiful Lightning. I do like the painted wheels, very nice. JLP modified Kenny Bell on this one. Johnny Lightning's great. They did the first tune on my Lightning. And this one's all painted up with the factory blower. Sonic blue, very nice. Aftermarket seats, of course. 4 Wheel drive. Very nice. 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 4 Wheel drive. Very a little bit darker on the suede with the SVT stitched into it. And then this one's got a gauge pod where the other one had it on the surfboard. This one has it up on the dash a little bit. And he has a airbag out of like a Ranger from the 2002-ish, I think, is when those were out with the little Ford badge yet. But, you know, that's not a factory Lightning piece. Yes, I'm a complete nerd about these kind of things. I know that kind of stuff because this is sort of my era. I really like these because I have one. And I had Rangers in the same time period, so I know where that's from. What's this one got inside? Full black interior, black suede on the center console. Super nice. What's it got right here? Is that a start button? I don't know. It says Ford Power, so I like that. He's hiding his gauges over here on either side of the cluster, and they took up one of the AC vents. And there's another one where we've got the surfboard pods, so good deal. Green. Classier green. Probably the best looking blue car here as far as color of blue. I just love this. And John Deere green. The DJ needs to be shot. This thing is super clean, and you want to talk about rare? Not only does it have a power dime blower, and good luck finding 4 more of those in this field, but this Roush intake on a pushrod motor, this is like hen's teeth right here. I can probably count on both hands the number of these things I've actually seen out in the wild, so you're not going to see a ton of those. And this one's really clean. Very nicely done car. Good looking paint too. Woo, Sonic Blue Terminator. Black GT500. Terminator has a Whipple. Good looking car. I like the red Whipple, you know, stand out a little bit, be different. They don't have to be black or color match. Gotta have it green. Gotta have it green. Dark Highland green, like bullet color back there. Very nice. But check this one out. Woo. Now that is green. You gotta, this is not gotta have it green, this is gotta love it green. Look at this thing. Good looking. A nice little carbon fiber shift knob on there. Cody, Roush blower. That's the better Roush blower. If you're gonna have to get one, that's the one to get. Do like that green wrap, nice and metallic. You got a 3-valve GT, but this thing has got a Edelbrock blower on it, and that's the first one of these I've seen in here today. I know the Steeda car has one, but it's the first Edelbrock blower I've seen in the show, so I wonder if these guys got a deal on this thing. Well, I better not be talking too much shit because right beside it's another Edelbrock 3-valve. So that's 3 Edelbrock blowers in the show. Steeda doesn't have the hood lifted on theirs. Fox body, another one with that Explorer intake manifold, trying to be sneaky covering it up with their Nintendo action figure, but I know it's there. You're not fooling anybody. So look at this truck right here and tell me that Ford did not waste the Lightning name on an EV. I think this would have made a very nice Lightning with a few mods and a Predator motor. Unfortunately, homeboy had to build his own, and looks like he did a pretty good job. I like this thing. Oh, it's Competition Auto. No wonder I like it. These guys are great. Right up the road in North Carolina. They do good work, as evidenced by this thing. So yeah, where Ford lets you down, aftermarket can pick it up. So this happens to be my favorite color on an S550. Really like this metallic blue. Reminds me of Bright Atlantic blue. Good looking car. This is where wrecks happen. Mountaineer man here with a well-loved Mystic Cobra. Seen some wear and tear, but she's still going strong. What's the cure for it being hotter than the surface of the sun and 9,000% humidity? You bring your own atmosphere to the party with lots and lots of nitrous and a big carburetor. That thing has a serious fuel system on it. I mean, check out the size of those hoses. Going in dual regulators and all the port injected nitrous in the world. That's a setup. Shiny Whipple. This makes me happy. Like daily driver style. Fox body, 4-barrel carb. Another with the beautiful red interior. Oh, you want to talk about clean? Check out this Bullet. Coyote swap, smooth fenders, got a Watson Racing catch can, VMP blower on top. Everything paint matched to the dark Highland green. Lots of little carbon fiber touches. Got a roll bar inside. I like that they stuck with the Bullet seats. That's nice, of course, with Bullet gauges. This thing is slick. Spoiler delete, of course. Got those high-dollar tail lights. Really, really nice car. I like this one. 03 Cobra hood with extra heat extractors added. Really nice setup. Well, it's Saturday at Mustang Week, and it looks like the Iris cars have multiplied. I wish Ford would take more chances on colors like this and what they've been doing recently. And the one that has been, I resprayed that color back that way. But yeah, like I said, Ford should just take more chances and make oddball colors like this more often instead of just red, black, white. They do a lot of good work with blue, but wouldn't mind seeing bubblegum occasionally. Old school GT40 intake, that's money now. Oh, I've got another one. This thing's slick looking too. Good looking car. Base 4-cylinder and a Fox body. Don't see a ton of those anymore. They've all been swapped to 5 liters, either pushrod or Coyote variety, but nice to see somebody sticking with the original. Nice paint on this car too. Got a Capri, don't see tons of these things around, but this one's really unique in that got the green interior. That's something that definitely don't see in Fox bodies all that often.